Good evening, respected ma'am. I am Manish Sharma from CSC. Today, my topic is active and passive voice. As we know, the contents of active voice and passive voice. First of all, introduction you should know. Definition of active voice and examples of active voice. Advantages of active voice. When to use active voice. Definition of passive voice. Examples of passive voice. Advantages of passive voice. When to use passive voice and conclusion. As we know, the introduction of active voice and passive voice. Active voice versus passive voice. Understanding the difference. Importance of using active voice in writing. Overview of the benefits of using passive voice in specific contents. Active voice and passive voices are two grammatical voices. Uh, we know the definition of active voice. Active voice focuses on the subject performing the action. When the subject of a sentence performs the action, the verb is in the active voice. The subject plus verb plus object structure provides clarity and directness in communication. It is the most common type of voice used in writing and it is usually more direct and concise. The examples of active voice. Sham was playing cricket. He was writing a letter. She gives me a bar of chocolate. Nidhi is eating food. Will Neha will deliver the message. He gives me a car. As we know, for advantages of active voice. Active voice emphasizes the doer of the action, creates concise and straightforward sentences, engages reader and enhances readability, easier for readers to comprehend quickly and accurately, greater clarity, the reader knows immediately who is doing what. And when we active voice use active voice to convey a strong direct message suitable for most types of writing including business, fiction and journalism, helps maintain clarity and engagement. More writers prefer to use active voice because it is more direct. The active voice is we can perform active voice for more direct sentences. Definition of passive voice. Passive voice emphasizes the action rather than the subject. In passive voice sentence, the subject and object flip-flop. The subjects become the passive recipient of the action. Object plus verb plus subject structure. Useful when the subject is unknown, unimportant, or needs to be avoided. As you move for examples of passive voice. Cricket is being played by Sham. A letter was being written by him. A bar of chocolate is given to me by her. Food is being eaten by Nidhi. When the message be delivered by Neha. A car is given to me by him. These are the examples of the passive voice, and we move for the advantages of passive voice. Shifts focus from the subject to the action, softens blame or responsibility, useful for scientific or academic writing. And we know the passive voice sentence can be shown a neutral or objective tone. Passive statements are used when the subject is unknown, unimportant, or unknown. We can use passive voice for sentences neutral or objective tone. It is a blame or responsibility in a passive voice. We move for when to use passive voice. Use passive voice when the subject is unknown or unimportant. Useful for scientific experiments or objective reports. Can be employed to downplay responsibility or avoid blame. Use passive voice when you want to emphasize the receiver of an action. As we move for a conclusion, active voice, passive voice serve different purposes in writing. Understanding when and how to use Each is crucial for effective communication. Practice and awareness are key to mastering the use of active and passive voice. Thank you for listening my PPT presentation for your patience, man.